Good morning, guys. You join us from Animal Kingdom. My Disney hat on and my new Animal Kingdom top. We are just going to go through security, and we've got a long, well, I say long, a few rides planned for today. We've got a few fast passes, lightning lanes, so we're going to check out the Tree of Life, see what there is around the park. Hopefully it'll be a nice cool day. It is at the moment 9 o'clock and 26 degrees. The wife is joining me. I'm on safari, so she better watch out. Yeah. So, let's go this way. Here in the bushes of Animal Kingdom, you see Divine. In all her glory.
What?
Now she's gone into hiding. Where she goes, who knows? Well, it's not Animal Kingdom without any animals, and here I have ducks. Interesting, they actually eat some lettuce. And here we have the warthog. Scratching his little patootie up against the rock. Oh, that's laid down. Ah, typical. Typical, must be too hot for him. I'll show you what one this is. This is the Babirusa. Babirusa.
We have the oldest monitor ever.
Towards the Tree of Life. There's about 180 something odd carvings on this tree. Beautiful. We've got some merchandise shops here, merchandise shops over here, a lot of crowd over here.
They're great shops.
Great shops, oh god, yeah. Whew. Yeah.
Oh dear, the Pandora collection again.
That's cool. Pandora. Sorry. So yeah, heading to get some more photos taken. Got
That's the front.
fast passes booked already, so should be good. Yeah.
Right, I didn't realise
Come along for the ride.
opens at 8.
Yeah, we thought the park was going to open.
No, there's a queue there. What is that for? Like a photo pass. One there, there's one here.
Okay. Yeah, we thought the park was opening at
Is that a queue for both?
I don't know. We'll be back. Wow.
Here in Discovery Island, gather around, friends. You are here just in time for Winged Encounters. My name is Aaron. I am over here at the roots of the Tree of Life with my friends. We have Taylor, Shelby, Natalie, and Reagan hanging out right now. So come on in. The best spot to be in is right up here up front. So scooch on up, get your phones and cameras out. You're all doing a great job now because hopefully these two amazing birds will be flying right over the tops of your heads. So get your phones and cameras out, ready to go. Now this is Winged Encounters. We have our two feathered superstars here. We have Howard here, the green-winged macaw, and flying out there to Reagan right now is Catalina, the critically endangered great green macaw. So definitely get some photos of her. And they're flying out there to get some of their favorite treats and show these amazing adaptations up to you, with all of you very closely. So you'll notice that the trainers have given them some treats. I have as well for landing on the roots of the Tree of Life, and that's positive reinforcement training. It's how we train, communicate, and build relationship with all the birds that we care for each and every day. Now, as you're looking at these beautiful animals up close, you might see some cool adaptations like I mentioned earlier. And one of them might be that shape of their beak, even how loud they might be, and those are all natural behaviors as well as natural adaptations to these amazing birds, like the shape of their beak, to use to destroy things and crack open shells and hollow out trees. But in the four walls of your home, having a beak like that and a voice that loud are some challenges that will come with these animals if you decide to have them in the four walls of your home as a pet. And here at Winged Encounters, we're happy to share with you of having a parrot-free household so that you don't have to deal with an animal that lives for decades on end, professionals that making a mess by chewing on everything and pooping very frequently, and also very destructive animals. So it's great that you have the ability to learn about them and see them at places just like Disney's Animal Kingdom, and then you can keep your homes parrot-free. But let me tell you, my favorite part is just around the corner. So if you're walking by, this is Winged Encounters. There's only a couple minutes left, and arguably the best part of our experience is just around the corner. So scooch on up. Again, the best spot to be in is right up here up front. So come on in. You're doing a great job now, and get your phones and cameras out, ready to go. Now this is 2 of 8 species of macaw that we can share with you, out of 17 species of macaw that you can find in wild places. And of the 8 that we share, 3 of them are critically endangered.
Up to you.
And I already mentioned we have one out there with Reagan again. That's the critically endangered great green macaw, with fewer than 1,000 found out in Central and South America. And we think that number is low, but there's a bird that is even rarer than that. And that goes to the blue-throated macaw, a species we are privileged to highlight here at Winged Encounters. With fewer than 400 blue-throated macaws left out in the country of Bolivia, that is a scary low number. But it's not all bad news. We're working with the World Parrot Trust, where last year we brought 14 adult blue-throated macaws down to the country of Bolivia to be a part of a breeding program in hopes that their offspring can be released out into the wild to boost up that wild population. So one day we all might have the chance to see skies full of these absolutely gorgeous birds. It sounds like a pretty magical sight to see. Sky full of macaws, full of color, in a sight you can see here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Right here. And all you have to do is take a look to the sky.
Oh wow, that cow. Look.
Let me tell you, friends, that is a sight that never gets old. Thank you all so much. Thank you, friends. You have your phones and cameras up, ready to go, as you never know when the birds will be up and flying again. Let's point out that blue-throated macaw species right over there on the lamppost. Over there looks like Wally. We have some more that are flying around right now. And those are that critically endangered species. We also have...
Now heading into Pandora, the world of Avatar. The different lights, trees, a river, over the bridge. See what we can see. We've got some strange plant thing up ahead. Sounds have changed to Pandorian. Yes, we're about to do Flight of Passage. Never done. Yeah, this is the weird pod of Pandora. Yeah. Pandorian. It's tranquil. Yeah. This is the tropical type. Yeah, it's really good. It's another photo opportunity. See the mountains, the floating mountains of Pandora. There's so much to look at in every park we go to. There's so much to actually look at. We missed loads, I swear, because there's just too much to look at. But look at that. Look at those mountains. Floating above with the waterfalls, so beautiful.
That's going to be in...
Just heading into the Wells. Drum show, which hopefully you might see, you never know. Might not have time because we've got lots to do. We've got the drums though. Big drums, small drums. Yeah, this is the Never River. But we want the next one over.
So we do that one next?
Yeah. So.
We've got first half started for both of you.
Yes.
And there's a...
Thanks to the opportunity as well. But look guys, look at this, look. Wonderful. Floating mountains. So the only way to tell where we are is the statue. So the statue coming up ahead is the Banshee. Banshee I think. Whatever. Yeah. This symbol here shows it's a flight. Hi guys, so I've got the kids meal, but it's the cheeseburger egg pods. It comes with chips, vegetable chips, water, and a little cutie. So I thought I'd give it a try. Wanted to try this last year, or that one last year, but never got the chance. So, oh my god, wow, that's some serious good cheeseburger. You don't really taste the bun. Quite interesting. This is delicious.
Safari! I'll be your safari guide here for the next 2 weeks. 2 quick safety reminders before we head on out. Please remain seated at all times. And please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times as well. Now is the best time to take out any phones or cameras we have and put them on live mode, sport mode, action mode, any mode we need to ensure we'll get a good picture. We are going to see a lot of animals on our adventure, but we can't stop for all of them. That's going to ensure a good picture regardless. If you're wondering what kind of animals to expect, take a look up above your head and you'll see the animal spotting guide. The spotting guide will give you a rough idea of animals to watch out for. Although I can't guarantee we'll see all those animals, I can promise we'll see at least one of them. Now we're going to go ahead and start our adventure in the Little Aturi Forest. The forest is home to some shy and reclusive animals that are masters of camouflage. So keep your eyes sharp for any animals nearby.
Spider. Oh, sorry.
On our right hand side, we're going to see a large dark brown animal with some zebra party pants. And that is an okapi. Although the okapi looks kind of similar to a zebra, it's actually the only living relative of the giraffe, which we can tell by their skull shape and long tongue. Their tongue is so long that they can lick both their own eyeballs and the inside of their ears. Hiding out on the far right hand side as well, against the rocks over there, a small black animal is a yellow-backed striker. That's actually the rarest animal on the reserve. That's because they are a fully nocturnal animal. They're the largest of 17 duiker species, which is Afrikaans for diver. And that's because when they're scared, they're going to dive into the bushes to hide from their predators. On either side of the truck, these light brown antelopes are greater kudus. And they get their name because they're great at jumping over bushes, barriers, and fences as needed. They are commonly found hiding near or under vegetation, using the white stripes on their back to help them camouflage, looking pretty similar to beams of sunlight. And then over on our left-hand side, by that broken tree, we're going to see a black rhino. Black rhinos are the smaller of the African rhinos, only weighing about 3,000 pounds. Because they are so big and so strong, they have no natural predators. However, back in 2015, they were poached nearly to extinction, with only about 5,000 left in the world. That, of course, is not a good thing, and conservation efforts have been put in place. The population's been steadily increasing ever since. Black rhinos are very antisocial animals and don't like to be near other animals, other rhinos, and especially not near us humans. And then also on our left-hand side, we're going to see some saddle-billed storks. They're either solitary birds, they're going to pick one bird and mate with them exclusively for their whole life. The bird standing up nice and tall is a male, whereas one crouching staring at that bush is a female, which we can tell by their eyes. Males have a dark brown, almost black eye color that's kind of hard to spot against the black feathers on their head. Whereas the females have a bright yellow eye that's a lot more noticeable. A little deeper into the forest, and we're making our way towards the Safi River. The river is home to more aquatic type animals, so keep your eyes on the water for any shadows or bubbles lurking around. And then over on our left-hand side is a small bloat of some Nile hippos. Hippos are quite large, have a very powerful bite, and are very territorial. Oftentimes they'll be seen opening their mouth nice and wide as a way of saying, hey, back off, I'll bite. And bite they might, however, they are strictly herbivores, meaning they only eat plants and vegetation. They're going to weigh roughly 5,500 pounds, just about the same as that of a car. Because they're so heavy, they spend a lot of their time in the water to take that weight off their chest, and it's pretty rare to see them on the land. If they are on the land for a little too long, they might start to overheat. And if they do, they'll release a red oil from their skin, which has been nicknamed blood sweat, which acts as both a sunscreen and as a bug repellent. Exiting the river, and we're entering the savannah, home to Africa's more famous animals that we might recognize. On our right-hand side, it's not an animal, but it's a pretty cool looking plant, and that is the baobab tree. These trees grow quite large, taking over 1,000 years to get to that size. They've been nicknamed the Tree of Life because during the drought season on the savannah, they're going to hold tons of water in their trunk, which many animals will come by and steal for their survival. Elephants, for example, are going to take their tusks nice and deep into that tree to try to make water shoot on out of it. Entering the savannah, you'll notice there's a lot less coverage and places for animals to hide. Because of that, animals out here rely a lot more on speed and power for their survival, rather than camouflage, like the animals of the forest. On our right-hand side, we see quite a few Maasai giraffes, the tallest land animal in the world, at a whopping 20 feet in height. If you look at the closest giraffe on our right, it's actually pretty short, and it's a baby giraffe, just about 4 months old. When the babies are born, they're about 6 feet tall, which for reference, the sides of the truck, which you can rest your arms on, are about 6 feet off the ground. Their birth is pretty abrupt. It starts off with a 5 to 6 foot drop straight onto the ground. That drop's going to wake them up pretty quickly, and they'll stand within the hour. By the end of their first day alive, they'll be able to run. Also on our right are some Ankole cattle, which are famous for their horns, which grow anywhere from 6 to 8 feet from tip to tip. Although their horns are quite large, they are surprisingly light, as they are mostly hollow, only filled with blood vessels in a honeycomb-like pattern that cool off the cattle. And then over on our left-hand side, inside of their cave, we're going to see a pack of some African painted dogs. Although coloring-wise, they look kind of similar to hyenas, they're actually relatives of the wolf. Despite being a dog-wolf relative, these dogs only have 4 toes. They're one of Africa's most successful pack hunters, with a success rate higher than both lions and cheetahs combined. While hunting, they're going to communicate through high-pitched yips and chirps to track down their prey. Once they catch their prey, they're going to share with their whole family, allowing their youngest pups to eat first. While hunting, those dogs are going to run at about 40 miles per hour, which is kind of the average speed of most animals on the savannah. They can, however, maintain that speed for up to 3 miles at a time. So even if they can't outrun their prey, they can sure outlast them. If this giraffe does not move out of our way quick enough, we might get caught in a giraffic jam. Now their extreme height, matched with their 18-inch long tongue, makes it really easy for them to eat that high vegetation. That's great because eating is what they do best. The giraffes only sleep for about 30 minutes a day, while the rest of the time, they'll be wide awake, eating food. Despite their rather slender and lanky-looking build, they are incredibly strong, have a very powerful kick, which they're going to use to deter predators. Predators like those dogs we just saw, cheetahs, hyenas, and even powerful lions. And out of these 2 giraffes on our right-hand side, the one on the left is actually going to be the mother of that baby. Now, a group of giraffes is called a tower, named quite appropriately as a tower over everything on the savannah. Coming up on our right-hand side is a dazzle of Hartman's mountain zebras. Their group's called a dazzle because those black and white stripes are really going to confuse and dazzle their predators, make them unsure of what they're looking at. If we look on our right-hand side, the zebra by the bush looks kind of small, the brown color compared to the others. That is a baby zebra, a little over a year old. When those babies are born, their legs are about the same size as the adult zebras. Their legs grow very little throughout their life. Something that does grow a lot though are their teeth. The teeth actually never stop growing, so they're going to chew their food for a long period of time to try and shave their teeth nice and short. Also on our right, these little s'mores are springbok, the smallest antelope in Africa. Not only do they have the coloring of a delicious s'more, they actually smell pretty good too. Their scent glands release a very sweet odor, which has been compared to cotton candy. And of course, also on our right, these gray antelope are wildebeest, named after the Afrikaans word meaning wild beast. They are the second most densely populated mammals in the world, second only to us humans. During the Great Wildebeest Migration, they can travel up to 1,000 miles per year in herds of up to 1.5 million wildebeest. Up ahead, there are a lot of broken trees, meaning we're probably heading into elephant territory, as elephants are the only animal large enough to knock down these trees with ease. Especially a large tree broken on our right. Another indicator that there might be elephants nearby is all this dirt on the right that's been completely trampled through.
Yeah.
Now, of course, addressing the elephant in the room, it is the lack of an elephant nearby. African elephants are the largest land mammal in the world. Oh, they're hiding way in the back over there. Oops. Don't worry, we're gonna try and find some more elephants. They are the largest land mammals in the world, reaching up to 13,000 pounds. They live in really large female herds, and they're also migratory animals and will travel about 100 miles per year. Because of that, there is oftentimes a lot of elephant territory. There is going to be some more coming up in a moment. We're going to get nice close to some more elephants, hopefully a little bit later on. We might get a quick glimpse of them on our right-hand side, actually over the bridge. Because elephants are so large, they do need to eat a lot of food. African elephants eat about 300 pounds of food per day, with most of it being hay and vegetation. Unfortunately for them, that's not too nutritious, but on either side of the truck, we'll see some red clay. Although it's not appetizing to us, it is for elephants. They love to come on by, take their tusk into that clay, scoop it off of their trunk, and then eat it. It's a vital source of nutrients for the elephants. If you look on our left-hand side, you'll see they don't really stray too far from it. We can tell these are African elephants as opposed to other elephants because, well, we're in Africa, but also by their ears. Their ears are much larger than the ears of other elephants. They're shaped pretty similar to the continent of Africa. By flapping their large ears, it's going to cool their whole body off by a few degrees Fahrenheit. A little bit of ear conditioning for the elephants. One of their key features is their powerful trunk, which is a great multi-purpose tool that does just about everything they need throughout their entire life. Us humans have between 600 to 700 muscles in our body, whereas the elephant's trunk alone has over 100,000 muscles in them, making their trunks quite strong. And by that giant dirt pile is a baby elephant, about 1.5 years old. Being the largest land mammal in the world, they're gonna have the longest gestation period out of any land mammal, reaching up to 22 months, over double the human pregnancy. Lucky for their mothers, those babies are born pretty light, only being born at about 200 pounds. And most of an elephant's behavior is learned rather than instincts. So for the first year or so of that baby's life, it's gonna follow around its mother, acting as her shadow, learning just how to be an elephant. Up ahead of us is a flamboyance of greater flamingos. They're the largest, however, the least pink species of flamingos. You'll see halfway through their leg, there's a little bit of a bend, and that is going to be their ankles. Their knees are found much higher up, hidden under their feathers. Unlike elephants, flamingos are not migratory. They spend most of their life in one area, only traveling during a food shortage or a drought. When they do decide it is time to fly, they're going to fly and migrate in flocks of tens of thousands of flamingos. A little deeper into the savannah, it's becoming a bit more shady and covered, like the forest we were in earlier. So once again, let's keep our eyes sharp for any animals nearby. Left-hand side, towards the left portion of the hill by the tree, we're going to spot some cheetahs. Cheetahs are, of course, the fastest land animal in the world, reaching speed from 0 to 60 miles per hour in only about 3 seconds. Because it is quite fast, it's pretty exhausting for them. They only last a few hundred yards while running at that speed. While running, they're going to use their long, strong tail to make quick, sharp turns, usually while chasing their prey. Despite being a species of big cat, they're pretty different from other big cats. They have rather poor night vision, so they're more active during the day, whereas most big cats are nocturnal. Big cats and your average house cat have fully retractable claws, whereas those cheetahs' claws are only partially retractable, which aids them in their high-speed running. And lastly is their roar, or actually a lack of it. Cheetahs are a smaller species of big cat. They are too small to roar. Rather, they're going to purr and meow like a house cat. However, on the left-hand side, towards the front of these Kopi rocks, is a lioness. Now, lions absolutely can roar, with the roars being heard over 6 miles away. During the day, they have very similar vision to us humans, but at night, their night vision is 6 times greater than ours. Then on our right-hand side is a crash of some white rhinos. White rhinos are the larger of the African rhinos, weighing about 6,000 pounds. Just about double that of their black rhino counterpart. They get their name from a mistranslation of the Afrikaans word "weit," which actually means wide. And that's because their mouth is more wide and round, compared to the black rhino, more pointed and triangular-shaped upper lip. As we finish rounding these rocks, looks like there's a male lion here as well. Looking at these lions, you might be thinking, they're not really doing a whole lot, but they're actually doing what lions do best, which of course is lying around. Up next, we're heading into Magadi Glen, home of the Warden's Post, however not home of the Warden. Currently, it's overrun by some Nigerian dwarf goats. These goats are rather small and produce a very sweet milk, so they make the beaver some excellent livestock. They're rather playful animals, and they're going to use their playful style as a way of determining a hierarchy among themselves, oftentimes bumping heads as a way of like a fist bump or a high five. Right in front of the building, you'll see a yellow, upside-down triangle-looking thing, and that is a beehive fence. A while back, Kenyan farmers reached out to Disney and said, hey, elephants keep trampling our crops. Every time they do, we poach them. Of course, don't want to poach elephants. We can't have our crops get trampled, so what should we do? After doing some research, Disney and those farmers learned that elephants are very afraid of bees. Elephants can hear bees buzzing from miles away, and when they do, they're going to turn right on around. They even warned their elephant friends, watch out, there are bees that way, you're gonna want to stay clear. Once Disney and those farmers started making those beehive fences and putting it in their crop yards, elephants stopped trampling by about 80%. Now those farmers are producing honey. But that's just one of Disney's many ways of trying to help the animals and the environment around us. Unfortunately, a lot of the animals we saw today are in fact endangered, which means on the verge of extinction. This is, of course, quite tragic and something we want to prevent in any way we can. If you loved any of the animals you saw and want to go above and beyond in helping them out, consider heading to any merchandise location and making a donation. Every donation made will be matched dollar for dollar by the Disney Conservation Fund. And for every...
Hi guys, so it's a few days later. We left Animal Kingdom pretty much on closing.
No, it was like nearly an hour after closing.
Sorry, nearly an hour and after closing. Because we decided to go to Tusker House. We'd been there previously, haven't we? And we loved it. This time was different. What was it different, Cal?
It was more of a buffet style.
Yeah, when we went last time, it was family service. So all the food was placed on the table, you just shared it between all of you. This time it was buffet service, so you went and got what you wanted. Now, I didn't mind it. It was just a very different experience. But the trouble is, whilst you're at the buffet, the characters are coming around, meeting you, and you don't want to miss any of them, because that's the reason you paid all the money. But no, it wasn't a bad experience, was it?
It shocked me how little the amount of people there was in there.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of empty tables, which is sad, because it's a really great place to go. You know, you see... Well, we saw most of them twice, didn't we?
Yeah, more.
Yeah. So it's Daisy, Donald,
Goofy.
Mickey, and Goofy. And we saw them all many times, because there wasn't that many people there, which is a shame. But the food was nice, you know, not too bad of food. Some of it was very spicy, but you expect that. But, yeah, wasn't a bad experience, really.
It was okay. I do prefer the food that they had who went before.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I wanted to go back, because of the food. Because I loved everything that I had. This time, it wasn't... To me, I just didn't have the greatest experience. I definitely preferred the way they did it last time. I preferred the food they had last time.
I agree, yeah.
The gluten-free desserts were not very good.
No, when we went last time, they had this amazing trio of dessert for you. This time they had, well, hardly anything you could eat. Like, oh, a bit wrong.
In the trio last time, there was only one cake I could have. But it was a nice cake.
Oh, I see.
And they had one of those cakes that they had last time, I believe. But yeah, I was really disappointed, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Really disappointed in the atmosphere. I felt sorry for the server, the waitress.
Oh, yeah, because they've got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Normally they're serving you all the food, you know, it comes out, etc. No. Now they're just like, oh, can I take that empty plate from you? Have you finished that empty plate? Have you finished that empty plate?
Do you want another drink? Is everything
Yeah, I'm
okay?
like, it's nice and all, don't get me wrong. It's just, they're just sitting there, just standing on their board. I'm like, it's not good. You know, if they're not, if they're not careful, that restaurant might not exist much longer.
I mean, I don't know what has caused it, and it's not COVID, because we went after COVID.
No, we went after
the first
COVID.
time. But the fact they've changed it family style, I don't... They've changed it from family style to buffet style.
Wrong decision.
Yeah, that might have been what's caused it. Because this is a character dinner.
Yeah, if the character dining, it's tricky. But, yeah, I mean, I'd definitely go back. Definitely go there. It is worth it. It's just not what we experienced from last time, you know.
I think the children's menu is quite good if you're not gluten-free. If you've got children who are gluten-free, I think they would struggle to find food that they could eat.
Yes. Because they had like macaroni cheese and...
Well, they had chicken strips there,
Yeah.
sort of thing, but they're not gluten-free.
No.
The only things are like curries, and they're strong curries.
They were very hot curries, you know.
They have like, most buffets in Disney, they have a children's section.
Yeah.
not only the vegetables were gluten-free. So I don't, if you've got a child that is gluten-free, that is not the place to go for character dining.
No, definitely not. Which is a shame, you know. Yeah, they've cut out a huge part. I don't know. But yeah, so we left, basically, I know after closing, went shopping, did a few bits. Our experience of Flight of Passage was amazing. First time I've ever been on there. Amazing. I actually have leg problems. I thought I was going to really struggle with the restraints, but perfectly fine. Didn't bother me at all. The back restraint was great, you know, supportive. So, yeah.
I think my short legs caused a few problems.
Your short legs, yeah, they didn't really want to sit further forwards, did they?
No, it was hard to put my legs really far forward, but he said, wait, they've got the leg restraints have got to click. Then I don't think it clicked, but he said that works.
Yeah.
So I don't know, something happened, and I think my legs are too short. A lot of problems at the moment with shortness. But no, I love Flight of Passage.
Yeah, it was actually a really good flight, yeah.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable sitting there to begin with, but then once you see the view, you forget about it, and it's lovely.
I was really worried because I suffer from motion sickness. But I took a motion sickness tablet and wow, it works amazingly. So, yeah, I definitely want to go back on that. Yeah, sometime.
When we come back.
Yeah.
No more Animal Kingdom.
No, that's the only one day we've got for Animal Kingdom. We've tried to pack in as much as we could on these 11-night stay. So, yeah, it's been a bit tricky, but we'll get there. You know. Yesterday was a rest day for us. We actually didn't film anything. We went to Chili's. Yeah, it was alright. You know.
Still a little bit ill.
Yeah, you're still a bit ill. Yeah, we've never been to Chili's before, so I thought we'll try it out. So it was like, I had the half rack of ribs, which was meant to come with macaroni cheese, but they'd run out of macaroni cheese. How'd you run out of macaroni cheese? What in the how? Just weird. So I had to have it with loads of potatoes and fries. But I ate what I could. I didn't finish it all. What did you have, sorry?
I had a barbecue beef brisket burger.
That's it.
You go into the restaurant, and I said I had an allergy, and they said, the gluten-free menu is on the computer type thing that's on the table.
Yeah, it's like you can play games on it and you can pay from and order from there.
Yeah. It wasn't the greatest of menus, but at least I could eat something. And it's better than what we have in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the things were cross-contaminated, so you can't have the fries. They don't have a separate bun for you, but to be fair, I didn't really want any more bread. So I was actually happy with no bread. You can't have the fries. They've got asterisks. So you have to follow a QR code that comes up. So you look at the menu on your phone. They have asterisks against things that you can't have that have got cross-contamination, like cooked with the same thing. So it is good. I think there is something for all. Didn't mention any desserts on there, but we didn't want any desserts anyway. So that was
No, we just wanted a quick dinner, really.
Yeah, but I was quite full. I mean, I think I've eaten a lot of food these last few days. And
when you're not used to it, it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
It has been hard. I am suffering with being full all the time. And also I shrunk my stomach. So before I came to try and lose a bit of weight. So, yeah, I can't eat very much. I think it's kind of been evident being here that I can't eat that much. Not as much as I used to. Which could be good and bad. There's a lot of food to try. Especially if you're gluten-free. Because you can actually eat over here, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah, it's great for you. You can actually eat a lot of food over here. If you want to. But, yeah, no, I enjoyed the ribs. They're very nice. Flavourful, you know. Perfect, really. I'd have them again. So yeah, so we're going to end this one here. Bye.
Bye.